ever since the arrest of former governor of Central Bank, he has been suspended by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over charges that borders all of these charges border on corruption, nothing more. There are a lot of things. In fact, Mr. Richest man in Africa, Aliko Dangote, has also been tagged to this. They said almost $1 billion was transferred into his account in Dubai. Well, there is a lot that you are going to see, but then some people have tagged this as ethnicity. They have brought some ethnic connotation to it. Oran is Igbo, an Apex Igbo social cultural organization, on Saturday condemned the action of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They said this action comes from deep hatred for the Igbos. This was made known in a statement made available by Mazi Chima Uzo, Director of National Interest Matters. The organization noted that Emefiele's suspension was an hasty one and did not follow due procedure. It also observed that the suspension looks like a thoughtless attempt to deliberately alienate Igbos from holding political office. I'm going to tell you what he said word for word so you can judge for yourself. And then we will be looking into what people are saying about this, both Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, Ibibios, Efik, different tribes, what they have to say about this. The Ohanis Indigo worldwide hereby condemns in its entirety the suspension of Dr. Godwin Emefiele, the central bank governor, by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. To say the least, this suspension is without due process, and the arrest, despite court order against DSS from arresting him, is provocative, and well-meaning Nigerians must resist it and ensure that it does not stand. We view the development as clearly part of the new administration's scheme of ethnic cleansing of the Igbos from public offices. This is nothing but a witch hunting directed at the Igbos for no other reason other than they dare to oppose the new administration in the last general elections. We are therefore asking President Tinubu to beware of starting his administration with actions capable of dividing an already shaken nation into chaos. He should be humble enough to rescind his unpopular decision and allow Dr. Emefiele to complete his term as the governor of the Apex Bank instead of rocking the boat and destroying all the reforms that were carried out by the CBN under Emefiele leadership. Now, having read out what they are saying, what is your own opinion if you're from the southeast of Nigeria or wherever you are from in Nigeria? Now, let us quickly look at what people are saying. Now, people are saying, you people are fools. How do you expect the president to retain the most useless CBN governor in Nigeria history? Other people are saying, please, go and sit down. Ohaneze, CBN governor, Emefiele performed really poor. He should have been sacked since. And I want to say, this group will soon become irrelevant with their ethnic disposition. There is no simple sense in their words or the decision of the president. And now, before we proceed, before the inauguration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, everyone knows that in fact, loads of cases have been brought up against Emefiele. He was about to be arrested during the past administration, Buhari. He was in the UK, he moved down to the US, and there were even talks of him seeking asylum. He returned back to Nigeria, not as other people will return, but with his friend in the military, General Irabo, sending in security details, military, to escort him all the way from the airport down to his office. So the DSS cannot, if the DSS are to try, then there will be a showdown between the DSS and the Nigerian army. This shows the level of lawlessness in Nigeria, where a military general or a major in the army can send in the military to protect a public office holder who is being, tagged for criminal activities. It is terrible. Lawlessness of the highest order. Well, someone said this is what is worrisome about Nigeria. Why do we always bring tribal narrative into every event? Godwin Emefiele caused the death of many. To a lot more, it caused loss of sanity. It threw a lot of people out on the street as paupers. Most homes were wrecked and broke. What is more, a lot of businesses collapsed and their owners went bankrupt. In countries with stiffer penalties, Emefiele deserves to face public execution. In the sense of much stiffer penalties, Emefiele should spend years in jail as a note of lesson to him and others who put public office and turn into theirs and turn official powers into theirs and make it look personal. This man destroyed the economy, according to a lot of people. We all know what happened during that new policy that came up, new Naira note policy. And if not for some people who were in diaspora, people who lived abroad, those were the people that were able to sustain their family by sending money into their Nigerian account, and they somehow were able to transfer. Let us be very sincere. If he had brought up this slowly, gradually, although he said he was trying to mop up some monies that certain individuals held and kept somewhere hidden to help them facilitate their, buying of votes and many other atrocities. He said a particular amount of money has been put out, but we are not seeing them return back to the banks. It's not coming back to the banks anymore. So this money is kept somewhere. Of course, we know that this is true. But there should have been a better way of sorting this out rather than putting all Nigerians in this dire situation. It's terrible. People are saying that he should remain in prison forever and that all that he has stolen should be returned back. In fact, there are some that are even saying that they are seeing the passing away of Emefiele in the next 3 years. I don't know how true that is. They say they have seen it already, that Emefiele is going to go. But before he goes, he should return all that he has stolen, that he has some issues with his life. I don't know about that. But what I am focused on is this, double, forex that he got himself involved in. To the public, there is the amount that dollar cost or any of the foreign currency, but to his own personal friends like Dangote and the rest of them, he would sell dollar to them at a lower price so as to get his own kickback. He did a lot of things. And when you look at him, he doesn't appear intelligent. I'm not saying intelligent people cannot be criminals, but it doesn't appear intelligent. It's always like, kind of, look at what he did. Look at what he did to a lot of people. But then, policy or no policy, policies are made to make people feel uncomfortable at times and to make their life better on the long run. But if there are cases of corruption, criminality, stealing, well, yes, I do agree that Emefiele must be dealt with. What are your thoughts about this one? Like and share, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.